You are welcome to our teen channel. So today we will be looking at forgetfulness in the life of our children. This topic was actually inspired by one of my little friends, Ebuka, who walked up to me a few weeks ago and he said to me, "Auntie, please can you pray for me?" So I asked him what is wrong with him. He said, "I forget things easily. And as a result, my mom beats me. At times I look at her face and I see the hurt that she is feeling because I did not do what she asked me to do for her before she would come back from the market." I simply hugged him, looked at his face, and I told him, "There is nothing wrong with you." So he looked at me in askance and was like, "Auntie, what do you mean?" I said, "I am serious about it. But as we talk tonight, you are going to understand. And maybe you stop being so hard on yourself to remember." I am not saying he should not remember things or try to remember things. No. But there is a way he was so hard on himself, trying to get solution at all cost. So I remember that in most of our houses is a familiar thing. It's a familiar sight for you to see a parent beating a child. And when you inquire further, it will be because the child forgot what he was sent to do. At times we ask our children to get us a cup of water and they will be like, what do you say? You repeat it, and the funniest thing is that this child will go out and get you something else. And you feel so mad at them. You beat them, you curse them, and you resort to one form of punishment or the other. And there is no difference at the end of the day. Tomorrow you ask them to do something else, and surprisingly, they will forget. So today we are going to look at a few things that can actually be a curse of it. So today we are going to look first at hormones. As they grow into adolescence, there is a new surge of hormones that flows into their brain that stimulates emotions that they cannot control. So you can see it's psychological, or should I say biological. Is something they cannot control. Because these hormones, as they flows into the brain, it affects their prefrontal cortex and their focus planning memory, which makes them, whether they like it or not, they will forget things. But as they grow up and begin to master it, it will stop. That's why beating them is not always the best. So what is the best? To often remind them and say that thing. By the time they come back with the things you didn't ask them to get, please resend them to do that task again. And it will surprise you. They will remember. Also, when the brain is not fully rested, the tendency that they will do things that they were not asked to do is there. Because the brain will not assimilate. A teenage child, is supposed to sleep between 8 to 10 hours. But you see our children sleeping late in the night. You go to their rooms and you see them pressing their phones, chatting with their friends, watching films in their phones. At times we just shout and we leave them and they continue. By the time their brains are not rested or is not rested, you see them go to school. As they're teaching, they have headache and they don't assimilate anything. It looks like our children are dunces. No, they are all intelligent. So when you see your child staying far into the night, please insist that that child goes to bed. And you make sure that they lay down and sleep. It's only then that their brain will relax from all the activities of the day. Because in school they have so many courses to contend with. So at times they are confused. They also have so many extracurricular activities to engage themselves in. So all these things puts pressure on the brain and makes them to forget things. But when it is rested, when it has the maximum number of sleep or time to sleep, you see that they will be rested and they will be able to control these hormones. Another is their diet. Agreed, things are not the way, it's not good economically. We all know that the economy going one way or the other, that we don't have room to contain it. There is depression, there is inflation, there is so many pressures on our purses. But then you can balance their food by giving them fruits that are in season. I'm not saying they should, eat to the extent they start purging. No, the quantity that their body system is going to contain. So you give it to them. So it will make up for the lack in so many foods that we give them. Or with the little money in your hands, please plan their diet. When the brain gets the normal diet, it's going to be functional. So they don't need to struggle, and you too don't need to struggle. They will begin to remember things on their own. Also, you can reduce the tasks that they do at a particular time. Because the way things are with us, the children will go to school in the morning, say 8 o'clock. As at 4 o'clock, they are still in school doing lesson. By the time they come back, they are fagged out. And at home, we pile them up with chores, with homework that they are supposed to do. Please, let's have time for our children to do proper exercises. It's also going to help them to remember. So I want to encourage you today to beat them less and help them to remember. They are not also happy that they forget these things. No, they are not. Like my little friend, he feels the pain whenever the mother is hurt, because according to him, as an only child, he is a child of consolation, and he wants to be just that to the mother. So as we help our things to grow well, I will say kudos to you and thank you.